The tides have whispered of your arrival. Who will sink into the depths with me? Surge of deep tides. Smother. Sleep in the whispers of silence.
Sprout of budding seeds! Chaos! Tornado maker! Mamma mia! The world is our stage! I'll warm up the crowd. Don't run! Keep the dance going!
Why not savor this? Hey? Plan with convention.
Sometimes I get a little carried away in battles. I didn't startle you, did I?
Plan with convention. Then conquer by ingenuity.
Let me be there for everyone, as we head toward our shared future, leaving the past. You there, Abster?
Hey, there's nothing to worry about.
Let's hear it.
Didn't the Sentinels say they're locked up? Well, how about...
The tower is either too far to see, or otherwise we would have seen some in the shape you're in.
Hey, come on. It won't hurt to try.
Music itself holds no emotion. It's the heart that grants it meaning. So, dear listener, tell me, what feelings did my piece evoke in you? Wow. Salutations, Rover. My name is Jacona, a wandering bard. I'm glad to... I was sent by Lady Carlotta to find you. As I passed that abandoned house, I suddenly felt that surprise, surprise.
If Carlotta asked you to find me,
Lady Carlotta told me you encountered the supposed martyred maiden, Cartathea. She dispatched search teams soon after. That's why she asked me to use my forte to recreate the frequency you experienced at the time.
recreate the...
Well, it's a little tricky to explain in words. The more details, the better. Let's see here. Tweak a... Now then, Rover.
Tune into my memories.
Laureate. Our tacit marks are glowing again. What is the meaning of this?
Someone used their resonance ability to help me relive this moment.
How did you first come to know?
The Sentinel.
You heard the Sentinel's voice? Then
Well, Imperator called you the Lost, and Primus Fenrico claims you are the resonator for Leviathan, but you really don't have any idea.
My memories are fragmented. I also remember fighting. You seem deeply concerned about.
Whoa! Check it out! Our frequencies got split apart. Basically, we're sorta in that hover mode.
This must be the frequency that's entangled within you. Yes, I'm experiencing a similar kind of I feel its frequency weakening. You said you heard the Sentinel's voice.
They spoke of being ensnared in an inverted tower.
Ensnared? Does that mean? I'm sure you've noticed that I was drawn. My true form currently resides inside an inverted sonorosphere, suspended high in the sky. I've sensed a voice calling out to me from
Say, it's really...
the center for Threnodian.
It's not an exact one-to-one with that big ovothraxula meatball I had. But
Abby has a nose for these sort of things. So it's safe to say...
Do you think
If we're making assumptions, let's err on that. Given your current situation, it is possible that could be the reason behind losing all...
I take... After all, that unique echo of yours needs the Sentinel. Even in adventure tales, it's not always the witch who loses her memory. In that case, it appears we share the same goal of spending so much time alone in the sonorosphere. I've braced myself for whatever may come.
I want to know what's going on with Imperator in that tower. How can I reach your Sonoros?
A part of the sonorosphere is actually on land, though I cannot leave, and no one. I'm afraid that won't do. That barrier also acts as the power source that maintains the sonorosphere, and the ruins, along with the tacit discords it houses.
You said no one can get in.
Yes. I've occasionally sensed someone, perhaps they know.
Any distinguishing feature?
Almost. I wasn't able to get a clear... It would seem this resonant.
I'll look for a way to find this person you mentioned.
Something, no matter the outcome. This...
Rover? Oh, thank goodness. How are you feeling? Any... Phew. I tried everything. Wait a second. Did you actually fall asleep listening to my music? Oh.
No, it was...
Helpful for your sleeping troubles, hmm? Wow. So my forte created a special connection that led to some unexpected. The girl. Is she friend or foe? What? I have a feeling this is good. I'll pass this information on.
Pardon the intrusion. My name is Sebastian. As per Milady's
The Phasalia family? Why does she want...
Milady has expressed a desire to clear up.
Tell her I accept the invitation.
I will convey your...
Didn't expect the head of the Phasalia family to come looking for you. She's just as unpredictable. I suppose you would want to know more about her before. She's known to be a recluse and rarely makes public appearances. I've heard quite a few rumors. I have Shadow of the Ancient, Lady Bane, or maybe Entangler of Hearts. Hello, that's why they're called rumors. I'm just doing my due diligence. So, ready to dive right in? Well, long story short, their lineage even predates the Order of the Deep, and their craft of extracting toxins from aquatic plants. Word is, they select the new head of household by having stories about the current head of the Phasalias get even wilder. Others say, she's a master in the art of manipulation, drowning her victims in hallucinations. In any case, if you're set on meeting her,
The way she describes the head of Phasalia reminds me of how Cardathia spoke about the wand. Can't rule out the possibility that they're the same person.
Hello. I received Chacona's memo. To think the head of the Phasalias approached you when I was still in negotiations with her emissaries. Was it meant to be a diversion all along? They invited you and you alone. As a Montelli, I'm in no position to intervene. That being said, if the Phasalias try anything against you, I'll get you out. Even if it means storming through their front gates. In the meantime, I'll keep looking for more information and the person Cardathia mentioned to you. I'll call you as soon as I find anything.
Got it.
Make it fast.
Now, if you'll please, just follow me. One moment, please.
That won't be necessary. To keep our honored guest waiting, especially when it was I who... Cantarella Phasalia, 36th matriarch of the Phasalia family. Honorable laureate, the new crown of the Carnival. Very well. You may also call me. Now, shall we proceed?
Make it fast. Make it fast.
Won't you have a seat? I hope you'll accept this tea as members of the family may have troubled you, but there is no stain that can't be washed away. You still hold a grudge.
This tea, is it?
I invited you here.
Before we get into that, there's something.
I imagine it concerns. It would seem Gilberto's, but let's not dwell on that. What is your opinion on the current state of... So you've noticed something is amiss? And what exactly do you find?
Why haven't the Threnodian...
Because the Threnodians The Threnodian, so named Leviathan, possesses the power to merge, and though the previous 2 attempts were thwarted, the tall mask now the blissfully ignorant masses walk. Friend or foe? Yes. On the other, there's our family. Once the soul fractures, now that we've come this far, my only hope is that once you learn... Come. The truth you seek lies in the deepest part of the castle.
It's thick with dust. Hard to believe they're truly worshipping it.
Curious about that statue. It represents the unbroken friendship between the Phasaelius and the Order. But in the eyes of outsiders, it is more a symbol of defeat and submission.
The aroma from these plants. It's the same scent that was in the study.
These are violacas. They produce a unique fragrance, wouldn't you say? Violacas are a vital ingredient for our elixirs. It even has a soothing effect on its own. This is it. Are you prepared?
Yes.
Now that we're here, I'm afraid I can't let you leave, even if you want to. Just as I expected. What you see in the sanctuary, A majestic steed that galloped. The Order worships a half-horse, half-sea creature divinity, a form the Sentinel assumed only after being corrupt, although the Sentinel's will has yet to fade. I wish to ask you to persuade the Sentinel of Jinzhou, Jue, to come to Renacita. Both Jinzhou and Jue owe you their future. I understand the position you are in. Perhaps a stay at my... I can offer you a glimpse into Renacita's past.
There might still be a path forward. Carlotta once helped me interpret some stained glass images, only more biased towards the Order. It mentioned a maiden. Who do you think that's also...
Care to elaborate? The part regarding them, the Sentinel does indeed appoint a maiden to be their resonator, though not in the way the Carnival would have you believe. No. That's because Imperator wields with it, they can withdraw a portion of... This is how the Sword of Divinity, Turvin, came to be. A blade sealed with the to resonate with the sword is to resonate with the...
Then what about
The martyred maiden. Perhaps she resonated with the Threnodian, but choosing her could not have been the Sentinel. The maiden was already dead. In the past, each year the Phasalia family would hold the divine trials to select those with the... Though none succeeded, I was one of them. There was a moment. I also learned that only Turvin can break. When I awoke from that vision, I would never mistake my own handwriting. That is precisely... The words were...
An inverted ruin suspended in the sky. If Turvin is the key to entering the Sonaro sphere, it stands to reason that Imperator may have played a role in the sphere's creation. If I can confirm that Turvin was truly left by Imperator, at least it would prove that neither are lying. Cantarella said she was overclocking. That's exactly what happened with Jinshi. If that's the case, my permission should cause a reaction. That's one way to confirm what they're saying.
I suppose all that's left is its symbolic value. However, do handle it with care. Rover, who are you really? The Sentinels.
Well, I have some information and theories of my...
Please. I would never have imagined someone already... What surprises me even more is the connect... We Phasalias revere Imperator as our one true divinity. Would it be more fitting to address you as Master? Are you willing to help rescue our Sentinel and pull Renacita back?
The only question now is how we reach Cardathia and...
We can discuss it on the way.
So you are the one that Cardathia sensed wandering outside this...
A question that you already know the answer, although being described... There is a cable car in the lower levels of the Physalia estate that leads directly to the Sonorosphere. The mechanism beside that wall can activate the lifts.
Are all these mechanisms really necessary?
Convenience isn't the only reason for having them. Some were specifically built in case an outsider decided to visit.
Why do the Physalias have a cable car that leads directly to the Sonorosphere?
Before it became a Sonorosphere, it was a seminary known as the Avenolium. The martyred maiden once pursued her studies there. A superficial harmony needed to be maintained between the Physalias and the Order, and this underground cable car was intended to send scions of the family to school. The elevator is merely a later addition I had built for easy access.
Make it fast.
You seem perturbed. Are you still gathering your thoughts?
Everything that's happened has all lined up so perfectly. It makes me think it's too good to be true.
I'd like to share a different perspective. Rivers eventually converge into the same ocean. If a goal is mutual, then it's only a matter of time before they meet. Our choices and our will have led us to this situation, not the wishes of fate.
You are quite different from what the rumors say.
Oh, and what rumors have you heard?
That you're a recluse, a mystic obsessed with the crafting of poison. Oh, and that you poisoned your predecessor. Those kinds of rumors.
A recluse? On the contrary, I've been searching for a solution to the Sentinel's plight, and rarely return to Renacita. After most of my leads fell short, a friend at Mingting in Huanglong introduced me to the stories they were telling of you.
A friend?
All the affairs of Huanglong states eventually land in one person's hands. Would you care to take a guess at the identity of this friend of mine?
Why not put the other rumors to rest?
Because the rest of them are all true. I see it'll take more than that to rattle you, huh? I assure you, this is no jest. We Thessalians have lived under the Threnodians' whispers for generations. Once the soul fractures, the mind will follow, until only a puppet remains. When the soul of the ruling head falters, Thessalia tradition dictates that the successor usher them into eternal slumber, with a poison of their own making. My succession ritual, well, an unforeseen incident gave rise to whispers that sparked those rumors.
How long has this been going on?
For centuries. Every generation. Outside, they call me the Bane, but historically every head of the Thessalia family has carried such a title. It just so happens that I am the most potent one yet. We've reached the old seminary's undercrypt. The gateway into the Sonorosphere itself lies at its center. We shall continue on foot from here. Oh, this will be fun. Strange. This area was clear of tacit discords on my last visit, and there's no tacit field nearby. Could they have come from the Sonorosphere itself?
Didn't think there would be gull pups here.
Interesting. I've never seen such little creatures before. Would you mind sparing me for me?
I'd better not ask if she plans to do it then.
The road ahead will not be an easy one.
What exactly happened here?
The second dark tide. It occurred right here at the Avenolium, the largest seminary ever built by the Order. It arrived on the very day the Blessed Maiden passed her trials and was crowned by the Order. A day when belief burned brighter than ever. And when the darkness came, none escaped. These days, what most people remember is the seminary disappearing into the sky. But in truth, the dark tide that should have spread across Rinascita vanished along with it. Yet due to a lack of records, the second dark tide slowly faded from memory. I was there when it all happened, still an ordinary member of the family, watching it unfold from a boat just outside the seminary. It wasn't until later, when I attempted to resonate with Turvin, that I gained a partial glimpse of the Sonorosphere's interior.
Sounds like someone inside the seminary did something to stop the spread.
Precisely. It could very well have been Cartathia's doing, but, as with the first time, there's also the chance it was the Sentinel who turned the tide. I can sense the conflict within you, the temptation to trust your maiden. But it's best to keep those thoughts to yourself, for now. For the Threnodian knows where the heart is weakest, and it is there it strikes the hardest. Why not? Of course, it's never too late to place your trust when the evidence is clear. But now is not the time, is it? Who will sink into the depths with engulfed by Sea's venom. Why not savor this, Who will sink into the depths, but sink into the endless deep? Pour from the abyss, curses of the waves. Riptides claim you. We desire, and so we find. The gateway into the Sonorosphere is just on the other side of this bridge. This is the furthest I've ever managed to venture. Judging from the bits of information the Sentinel gave me, Tervin is the key to entering the Sonorosphere. And who can wield the Sword of Divinity but a blessed maiden?
But you said you left yourself a message saying that the maiden was dead.
That's why I sought aid from the other Sentinels. It's a shame they all refused. Luckily, you've brought me a new hope.
Guests of the unkind, be reduced to cinders.
Great! At the helm! Same actor, different role!
Feathers, incinerate. Glad you found them useful. There you are. Yeah! How do you like these?
Laureate, you have come. Greetings. I'm Cantathea.
Cantarella Phasalia.
Oh, a Phasalia.
I had the privilege of watching the... I'm rather surprised, but you and I should be...
I'm also unsure of what's happened. This must be the sword of divinity. Turvin. The one...
You shouldn't have.
Memories flowed into my mind just as you entered the...
Cantarella said that only those who resonate with...
Would you mind if I tried touch? The question of whose resonate. If I am not the Sentinel's...
Don't jump to conclusions just yet.
Huh? This connection formed between the Sentinel and the Threnodian. The second dark...
Right now, you're the sole survivor of whatever happened.
As you spoke, I remember the Sword of Discord, Hognis, and the Sword of Virtue, Haltia. Yes, placing the three swords on their respective pedestals. But why would this information be revealed to me?
If we do nothing, instead of speculating, we should use
Lady Maiden.
Please, Cartathea would suffice.
I've waited for this moment. I will not turn back, even if this does turn out to be a trap. If the thought of the final answer troubles you, then
Since you are willing to overlook the... I underestimated your resolve. Simply place Turvin on the pedestal behind.
What you said to Cartathea back there...
rather effective on someone of her personality. Wouldn't you agree?
Are you all right? The gravity that occupies this space is the opposite. I believe it's to prevent them from falling. Tacit discords.
I imagine it's also... This view matches with...
Until you get used to the gravity here. It's the name I gave to a gondola. Until you get used to the gravity here, I suggest we travel via phone.
Wind guide me. Wind guide me. This gondola...
Oh dear. I completely forgot about this.
Greed will get you punished.
I'm afraid foam was...
The two of you can...
You look distracted. Still thinking about what Cantarella said about fearing answers?
My powers are very weak, and many tacit discords roam the sonorosphere. Thus, I've been limited in the areas I can explore. All I can do is sit here, lost in thought, trying to figure out who I am.
Are you afraid of knowing the answer?
I am afraid, but not of the answer. I fear never finding one at all. We'll be arriving at the first water ice soon. A few details, if you don't mind.
Feeling nervous?
Of course. The last time I tried to pass it like this... Where were my manners? I can assure you that won't happen again. As for the rest of the way, I see it clearly now. Vines, over there.
I can feel strong remnant.
The Order's remnant spark must be inside the statue. I see now. The link to release it, we'll need to click once we have the remnant spark.
Ha! Ha!
If the Threnodian created the Dark Tide...
Abby is still unwell. More Dark Tide remnants. Good thing there isn't much. Don't worry. This much... The vines are remnants of the dark tide. Foam won't be able to cross through them. Let's disembark here and find a way to clear the path. This calibrator seems to be operational. One moment. That should do it. It's turning. Rotate the gravity calibrator to change the direction of the gravity's pull. If we use this, we should be able to reach areas we previously couldn't.
Leave it to me. Disperse! Hopefully this helps. Strike from the shadows! The end has come!
Hurry! We need to purify the other statues before the Dark Tide's corruption returns. Sounds like Foam's getting impatient. Let's head back.
Seems like a new discovery. Remnants of the past. An unexpected discovery. I sense your weakness. No hesitation. Keep it together. Hopefully this helps. The end has come. Strike from the shadows. I sense your weakness. From the shadows. Hopefully this helps. Leave it. The hour is upon us. Keep it together. Last chance. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps. Moment of resonance. Hopefully this helps. I sense your weakness. Leave it to me. No hesitation. Hopefully this helps. The hour is upon us. Strike from the shadows. I sense your weakness. Hopefully this helps. An unexpected discovery.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't worry about that for now.
Another water rise is coming up.
Did you feel any discomfort while we were clearing out the remnants?
Nothing out of the ordinary. I felt fine. I suppose this alone is not enough to determine whose resonator I am.
You've helped a lot. Don't worry about that for now.
Another water rise is coming up. You planning to hold on to something?
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
By the way,
You said the inverted gravity is to stop the dark tide from descending into the city. But all we've seen so far are just its remnants.
That's because this very waterway we're sailing on used to be the dark tide itself. In these waters, gravity isn't the only thing that's inverted. Its very essence is too. Obstacles ahead. Let's get off here.